It's organized crime worth millions. And despite joint efforts from a global task force, including the FBI, the Jamaican Lottery Scam keeps evolving, exploiting loopholes in the law and turning unsuspecting victims into criminals.
He started asking me if I would transfer money to people. And I said, "You mean you want me to help you scam people?"
Have new crime-fighting laws made a difference?
We have arrested in excess of 30 persons for breaches of this particular law.
On this episode of 18 Degrees North.
"18 Degrees North" is brought to you by
Grace.
Grace Coconut Water presents A Few Seconds with the world's fastest woman.
When you step into the blocks, you've got to believe in yourself. Be yourself and always be good to yourself.
Life is fast. Hydrate well with Grace Coconut Water.
I love Gen Money Transfer.
Yo, love my JN Money Transfer card.
I love the way they understand me. I just love how the money reach real fast.
I love that it's my connection to home.
I love that it is so very convenient.
I love the way they help me say I love you.
I'm my thing this.
It's a love thing.
Grace Coconut Water presents Quality Time with the world's fastest woman.
My life is fast. Even when I'm not on the track, I'm busy running around. I always take the time to refresh.
Life is fast. Hydrate well with Grace Coconut Water.
Hello and welcome to 18 Degrees North. I'm Zara Burton. It's from right here in Kingston, Jamaica, where every week we're going to be taking you on a global journey with us as we bring you a newer perspective on Caribbean affairs. And we begin with the lottery scam in Jamaica. The U.S. Federal Trade Commission says Jamaican scammers are still calling unsuspecting people in the U.S., claiming they've won millions, but of course then asking them to send a fee to release the winnings. And now there's a twist. Amid crackdowns by U.S. and Jamaican law enforcement, these scammers are successfully recruiting their original victims to facilitate even more scams. Let's head 44 degrees north and 70 degrees west, where we pick up this story in Portland, Maine.
Hi, Joe. What you doing today?
Like most victims, Noella Hebert's experience with Jamaica's lottery scam started with a phone call.
He told me that I had to pay $1,600 in taxes, and then they would come to the house like they do on television and bring you your great big check and everything.
After being scammed out of $1,600 for what she was told were taxes to collect her winnings, the calls from the man who scammed her just would not stop. In fact, they took a strange turn.
He started asking me if I would transfer money to people. And I said, "You mean you want me to help you scam people?" He says, "No." He says, just send the money. You know, it'll come to you, and you just forward it on to somebody. Oh, I said, I'll have to think about this one.
Noella, recently widowed at this point, decided to go along with the scam, making her a facilitator.
I take the money, and I go down to Western Union and send that out to Jamaica. And it's a lot of different names that I send it to down there. And
Joe is a supposed name of her scammer.
I didn't even give you the name to send it yet.
You gave me the address.
Yeah, I got no name. You have to send it to someone, alright?
Oh yes, I know who to send it to.
Who?
Your sister. They're going?
Yeah. That's the name.
I had one that was $3,000, but I couldn't send it out because I had sent too many Western Union grams. And So I had to just do little ones. And it was hard to make them understand that I had family over there in Jamaica.
Each time Noella would send thousands to Jamaica, she says she was paid $100 for her part in the scam. She and many, many others.
This scam is sophisticated. There's a lot of different little variations, and it changes all the time.
Bill King, Chief Deputy of York County Sheriff's Department in Maine, is today educating seniors in his community about stories like Noella's. Faced with new restrictions from law enforcement and remittance agencies like Western Union, Jamaican lottery scammers are using facilitators to keep the money flowing.
So then they decided, well, wait a minute, maybe what we'll do is we'll have this person send money to another U.S. citizen, and that U.S. citizen will then send the money to Jamaica.
Because these transactions span multiple states in both the U.S. and Jamaica, law enforcement in Maine cannot keep up.
We're not equipped to do these long-range cases, so it's incumbent upon the local law enforcement to pass these cases on.
Some of the cases that get referred are handled by a special task force called the Jamaican Operations Linked to Telemarketing, or JOLT, which is made up of federal agencies like U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement, the FBI, and their Jamaican counterparts. And there's been some success. Working with local police, several U.S. citizens have been arrested and charged as facilitators, like Georgia resident Joanne McCreary, also a former lottery scam victim, and Jamaican national Damian Hill, accused of taking money from victims in Nebraska and Maine and sending money to Jamaica.
Some money is being sent directly to Jamaica, but a lot of money is sent to other people, facilitators in the United States. So if we're going to tackle the issue, can we really say it's Jamaica? Or should we be saying, what about these other people in the United States that are facilitating this crime?
The Jamaican lottery scam has been so pervasive. U.S. Senator Susan Collins arranged a hearing on Capitol Hill in March.
Last night I went to bed. It was 3, 4 o'clock. I was still awake and I was in bed crying. And I told you I didn't know what to do because I don't have no money. The bills are coming in. I got my tax bill.
She took the Jamaican government to task for not doing more.
For far too long, Jamaican authorities turned a blind eye to this fraud, which was illegally bringing an estimated $300 million annually to their economy.
It didn't help Jamaica's reputation either that a top dancehall artist made light of scamming.
We make US dollar, build up the house for your mama. Western Union people figure we more honor. Slash, full stop, comma.
It took the Jamaican legislature more than 5 years after the scam started to pass anti-scamming laws, and only this year. Unlike before, law enforcement will now have more power to not only charge scammers, but to also get convictions for perpetrators.
What this new legislation is going to do is going to schedule a range of new offences. So if you've got a dialers list, or if you're using your house, or if you're allowing a room to be used in your house to lottery scammers, you will be vulnerable and all of your property will be restrained and hopefully forfeited before the courts.
The legislation is key because the reality is the scammers aren't that hard to find. Until recently, they would stand on the street corners of Montego Bay, the hotbed of the scam, and call victims in the United States in the open.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We were able to reach someone just by calling the same number Noella gave us for her scammer.
I don't know nothing about this, so why you choose to call this a phone? You have to go try somebody who know about what you're talking about. We don't know nothing about that, so we can't answer questions about something we don't know about.
And another scammer we tracked down for an interview, well, he cared less about anonymity and more about a fair price.
Listen, I am a scammer. Let me tell you now. I personally am a scammer. My name is Mario Juan Ben. I'm a Central Kingston grown youth. Right? What do you want us to tell you? You call us to buy something from us. What do you want?
All the information that you have.
All the information is gone. 3.5 million.
Since the new law went into effect this March, Jamaican authorities say They're making the kinds of arrests which could lead to convictions and ultimately extraditions to the United States. But despite these arrests and seizures of hundreds of thousands of dollars, luxury cars, laptops, and cell phones, local authorities concede it'll still be hard to get a full handle on scamming.
It's like a balloon. You squeeze a balloon, it moves somewhere else. These people are very sophisticated, and they are making so much money, they're going to become more and more sophisticated until we actually deal with the situation properly.
So you want me to give you money?
And dealing with the situation properly involves not just scammers anymore, but also the victims turned facilitators who now have a relationship with their scammers.
I imagine that somewhere along the line they'll catch him, and I don't like the idea of having to put a father of 2 kids in jail, but I think he belongs in jail.
And even though Noella's been scammed and has now chosen to cooperate with authorities against her scammer, the big question remains, will this really be the end of it?
I already told him that I wasn't going to deal in any more money. That was off the radar. He hasn't asked me to do any more again, but I know he will.
Coming up after the break, we speak to a key player in the fight against scamming in Jamaica. We ask, are new anti-scamming measures helping local law enforcement to prosecute the perpetrators?
We have arrested in excess of 30 persons for breaches of this particular law.
That's coming up on 18 Degrees North.
The preceding segment was brought to you by
JN Money Transfer, actively involved in combating the lottery scam, protecting our customers from fraud, and safeguarding the integrity of the remittance industry.
I love JN Money Transfer. Yo, love my JN Money Transfer card.
I love the way they understand me. I just love how the money reach real fast.
I love that it's my connection to home.
I love that it is so very convenient.
I love the way they help me say I love you.
I'm my thing this.
It's a love thing.
First Global Bank presents Rewards Your Way, the Visa Credit Cards rewards program that gets you the stuff you really want. Of course there's travel and hotel, but there's also merchandise from our vendor partners, name brand appliances and accessories, hardware and tools, designer furniture, access to amazing local attractions and even groceries. First Global Rewards Your Way makes the impossible possible with the best Visa rewards program and the lowest interest rates in Jamaica. What are you waiting for? Upgrade your card to FGB Visa today.
For exclusive clips on the Jamaican Lottery Scam, join us online, www.18degreesnorth.tv. Happening now online, Bill King talks about how he became a target for Jamaican lottery scammers.
Tropical rhythms for the fun of life.
Exercise. You know him coming to line up alone. Bring in the Grace Frankfurters. Quick.
The race to start.
He's advanced now. Reach.
There they go. Good start. Oh, Sturgis up very, very well. Shelly Fraser Price has the lead. Simone Payne. Abby's on pace, but
How are you, Bart?
Grace Frankfurters, Jamaica's favorite Frankfurters. Everybody is family.